Wednesday Witch's Nook, bringing home back to the cauldron. Greetings. Welcome to Wednesday Moon Kitchen Tarot. Discover the kitchen witch within as you enjoy a magical path of food.
Greetings.
And
This is
tarot.
Wednesday Moon with your Kitchen Tarot, and I want to thank you for joining me today. And it is Friday. Such a wonderful day. It's beyond amazing because I don't want you to go in circles trying to find your way out of this weekend. It's wondrous. It's wonderful. And it is exciting. The cards that I pulled for today are definitely worth the time to examine. However, it does show that the forecast for the weekend is definitely positive. Now, what do I have here? I have this wonderful, very creative pineapple. I pulled this pineapple yesterday, myself and a wonderful friend. We were looking for pineapples for a smoothie, and we use this in different types of recipes, and a lot of people are using them even in salsas. Pineapple is great in your salsa. And so there's some wonderful attributes as to why people use this pineapple and why they draw this into their life. What is it in their life that they are now pulling into their energy field that now is called for that pineapple to be there? Of course, it's protection and love. However, I'll read that in just a moment. I want to share with you what 3 cards I pulled for the day. And then we'll go into that discussion after we talk about this drink. So, okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at how adorable that card is. That's powerful. And then when you know what the message is, then you're really going to love it. Then the Eight of Swords. This one is very interesting. However, I will say this is a very positive card. It looks interesting. It looks like it could be binding, but it's definitely very powerful. And I pulled the reverse of Justice. And that's a major arcana. That's a major shift that's happening in your life right now. So we're going to discuss that in just a moment. I'm going to lay these down just one second. And I'd like to get into that pineapple, why we're calling pineapple into our life, why that energy is there. So, of course, I always refer to different books that have herbs and fruits and vegetables and maybe some meat, because there's some of us that are still indulging in some, different meat dishes. However, I'm dealing with fruit today. And this particular book that I'm using is the Wicca in the Kitchen by Scott Cunningham. Now, he has several books. He has the, let me get the second book so that you know which ones to go to in reference. Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. This one is a must. I've had this in my kitchen for a very long time, many years. And I've given some away. This is definitely a must. However, I found this wonderful tool to use in connection with that book because it is now dealing with all different types, not just herbs. We're dealing with the element of our food preparation. So let's go to the pineapple. Okay. Now this is ruled by the planet of the sun. Well, you would think so because it's yellow, it's bright, and it is the element of fire. There again, we have yellow and it's fiery. Very healing. These are the energies that are connected to it. However, what also is connected to this is money. And most are not realizing that it has everything to do with money. When you see pineapples, you see luxury. You see excitement. You see love. You see protection. However, all of that is connected to financial resources. When we are feeling at a place where we are able to pull that into our world, we can make the shift into our world, we can use that energy magically to create that in a world. However, whenever you see pineapple on the table, you usually see happy people. That's really key. Now listen to this, the lore. In early America, the pineapple was a symbol of hospitality. So there again, financial wellness. Hospitality, having resources, a means to care for your guest. Its image was often carved into furniture and into household items such as newel posts. The fruit is used in Mexican healing rituals. Why so? There's an element about that evokes happiness. So that cures the ailing heart. Magical uses. Add fresh or cooked pineapple to healing dishes. Eat the fruit to garner or gather for money. Pineapple is useful for two seemingly contradictory but inked magical changes: protection and love, which is really interesting because when you are loved, you feel protected. And when you want to love, you protect. So that pineapple right there is definitely love and protection and bringing in financial resources for myself and anyone that chooses to get a pineapple today. Okay, so now let's talk about these cards. And what does that have to do with that pineapple? Because I pulled that pineapple, which is really interesting. The Queen of Pentacles, we're talking about money, and Pentacles is about your resources, it's about your money, it's about your liquid assets. And that's really important. However, if you notice on there, there's this gorgeous peacock. Now, I love peacocks. Peacocks just do me something funny. They're so beautifully wondrous. So I'm getting notification how beautiful peacocks are to me, right? So I think I saw my first peacock when I was 10 years old. Yeah, it was about 10. And when I saw the peacock, I came around the corner and saw it bloom its plumage. And that was the most wonderful thing. Like, I could not even imagine something so beautiful to be so graceful. And then to discover that the plumage, the more colorful plumage, actually belongs to the male. And so he's doing this to now get the attention of the female. And so there was no other female peacocks in the area. It was just him. And I thought, wow, why would this peacock just do this? Here I was 10 years old. Well, in this particular card, this Queen of Pentacles is draped by this peacock. And the peacock is definitely masculine energy in this case because of the plumage. However, his tail is down, which says that he is coming in an aspect to her very gracefully. He's not forceful. He's very, his approach is strong. If you notice, he's above her. He has provisions, or it is a provision. And if you notice, she has a pentacle in her hand. Well, in this case, this pentacle is like a resource. She has some awareness. She has some knowledge. However, whatever energy that this person brings to her is definitely intuitive, as an intuitive asset. So this is going to be in the last 3 or 4 days. This is a past tense card. So in the last 3 or 4 days, someone has come, they've provided some information for you, to you, so that you can use for your benefit. Take advantage of that. Why? Because the second card that we have is the Eight of Swords. Now notice that card. Now it looks like she's bound. You know, we could go all kinds of places with this particular looking card. However, this card is definitely connected to her intuition. Now, this also is in regards to business. Pulling in all her assets and documenting that, and then going forward. She's protected, and she does not need to see, neither does she need to touch it for her to know exactly how the business or how her resources are going to benefit her, which is really interesting because that Queen of Pentacles right there sets the tone that she's receiving information, she has a resource, now she has to put it to good use, and she has to be intellectually aware of how to use this so that it benefits her. Okay, and she needs to use her mind. So that's her intuition. So her intellect and her intuition need to merge. However, the 8 has to do with your finances. Interestingly enough, we were at Pentacles, which is finances. Very good. Now, the last card is Justice. And the Justice is reversed. Now, I would normally say, okay, this could be a very challenging card because it is reversed. However, it is preceded by 2 very positive cards. So now this says that whatever it is that you were dealing with is now being justly given to you. Like justice is being served for you instead of against you. This is something to benefit you. So now what I'm going to say in regards to these 2 cards that precede you, that this is about what's due, what you are due. It's your time. It is a just, it is a very fair time for you to indulge in and begin your journey as far as maybe business is concerned, and not to allow anyone to make you feel that you're imbalanced because you're now making a choice to go a particular way. Maybe it doesn't serve those people. Maybe how it's inopportune for a time for them for you to indulge in your life path or your life work. But your life isn't their life, and their life isn't yours. It may be that they are trying to make it yours because they have some pressing issues or whatever. So this card right here says negate from that, because you are justified in making the decision that you are heading toward. And that justification will yield itself in the positive results from your work. Okay? So now with that being said, I desire for you to have an incredible weekend. Literally allow those thoughts, those creative thoughts, to flow into your energy field. And I would also encourage you to go get a pineapple, make yourself a smoothie, and then relish in the thoughts of creative abundance and love, which will protect you. Definitely. Well, with that being said, have a great weekend and be safe, as I know you are.
In 4 minutes or less, we gonna crown all of them right now. This is dedicated. My mama, your mama, you, and you. Your baby's mama's mama's mama. This is dedicated to you. Wife, you. If you're near a woman right now, wherever you at, just turn to him and say,